The subject of this video is about rhythmic note values in 4/4 time. The first one we're going to talk about is the quarter note. Quarter note looks like this. It has a note head and a stem. The quarter note in 4/4 time gets one beat. The next note we're going to talk about is the half note. The half note has a note head that is not filled in and a stem. The half note gets two beats. The next note is the whole note. The whole note is an empty note head, no stem. The whole note gets four beats. Next one, working down, are eighth notes. Now, eighth notes can be written two ways. They can be written like that with a beam. Those are beamed eighth notes. Each one of those gets 1/2 of a beat. Eighth notes can also be written like this with a flag hanging off the stem. When we're writing only one eighth note, we would use the kind with the flag. When we are writing several eighth notes, we would use the kind that are beamed together. And that's simply because when we have several of them in a row, this is easier for your brain to recognize how many there are than if we had a series of single flagged eighth notes. Next, we have 16th notes. Now, 16th notes look very similar to eighth notes. The only difference being that there are two beams on 16th notes. Sixteenth notes each get 1/4 of a beat. Our 16th notes can also be written with flags. Like they have two beams, they would have two flags. They still get 1/4 of a beat. Now, each of these notes also has an associated type of rest. So for a quarter note, a quarter rest would look like that. For a half note, the rest equivalent looks like this, looks like a hat. For a whole note, the rest equivalent, or 4-beat rest, if you think of the line as being the ground, this looks like a hole in the ground. An eighth rest looks kind of like a funky looking 7. A 16th rest also looks kind of like a funky looking 7, but with an extra flag, if you will. So 1 beat of rest is a quarter rest, 2 beats of rest is a half rest, 4 beats of rest is a whole rest, a half a beat of rest is an eighth rest, a quarter of a beat of rest is a 16th rest. Thanks for watching.